What's going on, everybody? Zach Conway here, back again with another review. So, today I'm going to be talking about the new film by Osgood Perkins, Keeper. Now, I really enjoy Osgood Perkins. I thought Longlegs was good. I thought The Monkey was a campy, fun ride at the movies that not a lot of people really talk about anymore, and I honestly think it's probably one of the best horror movies of the year, if I'm being real. But this is his third film, like I said, and it stars Tatiana Maslany, who's also in The Monkey, and Rossif Sutherland, and they play a couple who are going for a weekend getaway at a cabin, and something is off. And it's very apparent from the opening frames of the film that something is off at this cabin, and there's something wrong. And Neon, the studio behind this film, has done an incredibly weird thing with this one. Because, listen, I was on the train home yesterday, and I read an IndieWire piece that said that Oz Perkins needs to stop working with Neon and move on. And the point that the author makes, and it's a big headline of Osgood Perkins needs to stop the Neon relationship, and it's gonna get blown up online. But I really think the author of that piece makes a solid point where they talk about how Osgood has been making these micro-budgeted horror movies, and Neon has been weirdly mismarketing them. This movie is, I really wanted to talk about the fact that this movie is being marketed as this whoa, trippy, weird horror movie from Oz Perkins. And it's just like a haunted house drama of a woman going crazy, and there's other stuff happening that I won't spoil the mystery. Well, no, you know what? Full spoilers for Keeper. It's been 2.5 minutes. You've kind of gotten my temperature on how I feel about this one. If you haven't already, then I don't know. But I don't want to spoil this movie for people, so if you haven't seen Keeper, please turn this video off, go see it. Come back, please. But if you have seen Keeper, then hello, welcome. So the fact that they're kind of hiding the fact that this is just a really weird haunted house drama that has a couple really interesting ideas that doesn't really follow, it doesn't follow through at all. And I think that it builds and builds and builds and builds, and you get these first two acts of Tatiana Maslany going insane in this house. And I just saw Die My Love a couple days ago, and not to compare this movie to Die My Love, but it's really funny that both movies kind of share a similar, I don't know. I might just be making a stupid point and I'll get yelled at in the comments, but yeah. The Die My Love is definitely the better version of this movie, and it's there's no horror in Die My Love that's monstrous in regards to this film. Another thing I want to talk about too is the way I just want to really dig into the marketing, because the marketing of this movie and the actual film is the funniest thing ever, because they put out these trailers of quotes from Hideo Kojima. They put out, I think it was Hideo Kojima, Bong Joon-ho, James Wan, Damien Leone, and they were really good at them, and those worked. And then a few days ago, they put out another director quote that was none other than Eli Roth, who directed Hostel and a couple other bullshit horror movies that I really don't like. I'm not a fan of Eli Roth. I apologize for my obvious dislike of the man. But they put out a pull quote where Eli Roth described this film as a surrealist David Lynch movie, and I want to say, what the fuck like what movie did they show him? Because this is not anything to do. Is David Lynch just like when the camera moves weird or what? Like, are these people like, listen, and like Eli Roth, like David Lynch was a producer of, I can't remember what the movie that he did was. Like, I think it was called Cabin Fever or something. But I really don't know why they would use a quote from Eli Roth, and just the most baffling thing, because this movie is nothing like a David Lynch film at all. It's like I said, it is a haunted house folk horror movie, and listen, I thought it was okay. It could have been a lot worse. I would much rather watch this film again than like The Black Phone 2. But like Tatiana Maslany's performance is really good. Rossif Sutherland is creepy as fuck. And like I also this is going to be an all-time heater of a review, because it's going to include me ranting about another thing, which is people need to. My favorite part of a horror movie is when I'm being stared at every 5 minutes as a teenager pulls out his phone. I had to move seats at like a pretty pivotal point in this movie. Like, I guess we're in spoiler territory, so I can say the part where Tatiana Maslany is locked in the bathroom, like she's hiding in the bathroom, and Rossif Sutherland is knocking on the door. I had to move during that scene because the guy next to me kept staring at me, and then he pulled out his phone to like go on it. And it's like, dude, we're in a movie theater. Put your phone away and watch the movie. We all paid to be in this theater. Like, what the... Like, I don't understand. Maybe if I go see this again, I'll enjoy it more. I don't know. I didn't mind it. Like, you're gonna see a lot of critics, like, I know I just went on a really big rant about, like, why would they use the Eli Roth pull quote, but, like, it's not a bad horror movie, but I think that it's just been grossly mismarketed and misrepresented. I think that the performances are really good, the cinematography is great, but like Neon is just really blowing this up to be something more than it actually is. And I think that's the unfortunate thing. They're selling they're I guess they're selling a false product for their movie. And I don't know what movie Osgood Perkins thought he was directing, but I really want to see that movie. I hope that Oz comes back. I really do, because he's got Nicole Kidman in his next movie, so obviously it must be pretty good. Like, she's a great actress, so I'm sure that it's going to be a fun time. But this one was like, it was okay. I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 on my rating scale. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked listening to me ramble about Keeper, and I will see you guys in the next review. Toodles!